Have you ever heard of the Magnifcat Houses program? If you have, then you know about the work they do to help rebuild the lives of those who are hampered by homelessness, addictions, mental illnesses, and other issues that might be holding them back from living self-fulfilling and productive lives. The goal is to provide a safe and dignified environment for the many men and women who find themselves needing that kind of emergency and supportive housing. They need your support. And Victor Hay is the executive director of Magnifcat Houses. Good morning to you. Tell me some of the details about your organization so the viewers can know a little bit more about your mission.
Good morning. So we're an agency that's been around for 55 years. We've been serving the homeless population here in Houston. We provide housing and food. And, we've, like I said, been doing this for 55 years, and we want to continue to be here a little longer.
So it's called Magnificat Houses, so this kind of means that you may have more than one.
We do. Yeah. We have 15 residential houses.
Okay.
Scattered all over Houston, but mainly concentrated in the midtown area.
And so how does that work, that people find you, or how are people placed within the organization?
So, several different ways. We get referrals from case managers, people walking off the streets. They come to our admissions office that's open 5 days a week from 8 to 3, and all you need to do is to be homeless.
What is the challenge out there? I mean, we see people all the time, and you drive, it's very normal. You see people under a bridge with a sign, that sort of thing. That just one little tip of what's going on. What's the challenge out there in terms of unhoused population and those dealing with some mental health issues as well?
I believe the real challenge is there's just not enough housing for the homeless. As quickly as they build, they fill up. So we continue to see encampments. We continue to see homeless people on the streets of Houston, especially in the downtown area. So, it's real important that agencies like Magnificat and other homeless agencies in Houston continue to do the work that they do.
What kind of support do you get from government in all of this?
We get grants.
Okay.
So we get government grants, we get foundation grants, but the majority of our funding comes from private donors, individual donors.
And that's why it's important for people who may be listening in today, they can help you out in big ways, possibly.
Exactly. The help could come in twofold. So we really appreciate volunteers, especially if you have a skill set, carpentry, plumbing, anything of that sort. We love to get volunteers. And
that kind of volunteers who just actually help with the houses that are there to help build them up and make them better?
Correct. A lot of our houses were built back in the 1900s. So as you can imagine, with the wear and tear, having the homeless population in and out, a lot of our properties are in need of repairs.
How long would a typical stay be? I know the goal is not to get people in and they stay there. You want to get them ready to do on their own thing. What's a typical?
Right. You don't want to get someone in and have them comfortable for life. You want to get someone in so they can get on their feet, look for a job, and then be able to, strive to self-independence. But a typical stay is going to be depending on that individual. It's always different for that individual. We may get someone that comes in with absolutely nothing, no ID, no birth certificate, no anything. And the case managers have to start from scratch. And then you have someone who may have just been laid off and is in a bad rift at the time and just needs a helping hand and moves right on. So it differs, but we have an average of about 90 days or so.
The number of houses you have now, are there more? Are you planning on building more, or you just want to make the ones you have now better?
We want to make the ones we have now better. However, we have a 149-unit efficiency apartment complex that will be built next year this time. The opening date is June 27th of 24. When that opens up, it'll be a brand new complex. It'll be situated and located in Midtown, and it should be the largest in the city of Houston.
What would you tell people who maybe don't have the empathy that they should for some of the community that are unhoused or homeless, or however you want to describe it?
I was once in that same position where, I believed people, are in situations because of things they've done. And I, being in this business, have seen and learned that it could be anyone. A lot of us are a paycheck away from being homeless.
What is the a website people can go to if they want to find out more about your organization?
It's mhihouston.org.
mhihouston.org. Very important that we all listen to this because we drive and we see people along the sides and we wonder, why are they there? What can we do? This is kind of one way that can help.
Absolutely.
Right? And if you have those skill sets, you can help out as well.
Yes.
Good deal. Thank you, sir. Appreciate what you're doing. Thank you for your involvement in this program. Anything you can do, I'll put your information on the Newsmakers page at click2houston.com as well, so our viewers can maybe get that information and help you out. Okay?
All right.
Victor, hey, thank you. I told you it's going to be a great segment, didn't I?
You sure did.
Thank you. Good luck going forward.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Hey, final thoughts and a look ahead to a special Houston Newsmakers program when Houston Newsmakers continues.